Hello everyone, I'm Kara Keating. Welcome to Pranayama. And if you don't know what Pranayama is, we'll take the word apart a little bit. So prana is the life force, like chi or ki, prana. And yama means to either restrain or to manage or to contain somehow. So if you think about pranayama as being a way to manage your own energy and to possibly build energy within your own body, that could be one way of looking at it. And another way of looking at it is it's breathing exercises. So in yoga, there are many versions of pranayama. So today we'll be just doing a few. And the most important one, the one we always start with, is called the natural breath. And basically what this means is you just place your attention on the fact that you're breathing. So I'm going to invite you to sit. Now I want to give you an alternative. I'm sitting on the ground, but if you're not comfortable with sitting on the ground, you can take a chair or a stool to sit on. The only thing is you want to keep your back straight, so when you sit in the chair you want to have your feet flat on the ground, and if your feet don't reach the ground for some reason, prop your feet up with something so that you feel the sense of grounding through your feet. And then you also want your back to be straight, so you don't want to be slumped in the chair or leaning back onto the chair, but rather sitting up straight. Even if you're on a regular chair, getting up to the edge of the chair will help. So very important when you're doing pranayama that your back is straight so you're able to breathe fully. Okay, so you have that choice. All right. So we'll begin with breath awareness. Sitting tall with your back straight and the crown of your head reaching to the sky, I invite you to close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, become aware of the fact that you're breathing. Try not to change anything, but simply step back and allow yourself to witness the inhale and the exhale. Feel the breath as it comes in, perhaps a sense of rising, and feel the breath as it goes out. Perhaps a sense of pulling in towards your core or heading towards the earth. Inhaling the rising sensation, opening, expanding, and exhaling, drawing in, moving down, grounding. And we'll also add the natural pause. And this happens naturally. You can just watch it yourself. A long breath in. And then let yourself just rest at the top of the breath. It's not like you're holding your breath. It's just very gentle. Just feel yourself sit at the top of the breath. And then follow the breath out. And when you get to the bottom of the exhale, just let yourself pause there for a moment. No forcing, just easy. And again, inhaling long and slow. Pausing. And exhaling. Drawing the navel towards the spine. And pausing at the bottom. And this is a beautiful way to connect with your breath. And you could go on all day just doing this. It's so wonderful. We can accentuate that breath by breathing in more deeply. So we could take a count, for example, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Once again, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Again, you could do that all day too. So you might notice I have my hands in a particular position. It's good to know where your hands are, because where your hands are kind of seals your energy. So you could have your palms up, which is a receptive feeling. You could have your thumb and forefinger linked, which is a feeling of being connected. And you also have the option just to fold your hands in your lap and let your shoulders relax. So whichever position feels better for you is fine to use. So let's do that breath one more time. Let's just think of it as a 4 square breath. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Now if I ask you this question, when you're holding your breath, what's going on with your mind? You might notice that there's nothing going on. And it's really a deep meditative state when you're in between the breath. The mind stops when the breath stops. The thoughts stop when the breath stops. So when you're breathing, your mind is following the breath. When you're breathing in, then there's this pause, this nothingness, this beautiful meditative state. And then you breathe out, your mind follows the breath out. And once again, you have that pause and that stillness inside. So I encourage you to try this practice over and over again anytime you have a chance. It's very calming and very stabilizing to the mind and to the nervous system. Okay, so here's the truth. This pranayama is a form of yoga. It's one of the 8 limbs of yoga. And in the sense of pranayama, yoga can be practiced anytime, under all circumstances, through simple breath awareness. So if you're in a difficult situation and you put your mind on your breath, your body immediately comes to a calmer place. So Grandma was right. Take a deep breath, count to 10, and you feel yourself, your nervous system begin to relax. So that's the beautiful thing about this, is you don't have to do a lot of poses to do yoga. You can do it right through the breath. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so let's try a breath pattern that's used for energy, to increase your energy. And I do this practice every morning when I wake up. Really not long after I wake up, before coffee or anything, I do this practice. And it can be done sitting, it can be done standing. And so it takes a little bit of learning. The name of this breath is called Kapalabhati. The translation of the word is skull shining breath. And I'm not exactly sure why it's called that, but you do have a feeling of internal radiance happening when you're doing this breath. Definitely waking up. So when you breathe out naturally, your abdomen will contract. When you breathe in naturally, your abdomen will expand. It's not that we have lungs in our belly, but the belly is moving because the diaphragm is moving. So with Kapalabhati, when you exhale, your belly contracts a little bit more strongly. When you inhale, it comes out. So the way this sounds is a quick inhaling and exhaling by pushing the breath out strongly and contracting the abdominals. So when I practice this, I'll just give you an example. I'm going to take my hands behind my back, interlace the hands, and send the arms down. You can also keep the arms bent. And then I'm going to begin the breath. So this is what it looks like, sounds like. So I typically do rounds of 9, and I do 6 rounds of 9, and then I'll change to arms overhead. So again, you want to use your nostrils, your mouth stays closed. You may have to blow your nose after you do this. We'll give it a try, and we'll do 3 rounds of 9 with our hands behind our back. And then we'll do 3 rounds of 9 with our hands overhead. And you can have your arms bent or straight, whichever you prefer. All right? So let's give it a try. Come on and do it with me. Here we go. Now I'm exhaling completely, and now I'm going to take a deep, full breath in. Really filling the lungs. Hold. And then exhale completely, slowly. Stay. And then release. Very good. Let's try with the arms overhead. We're going to interlace the hands, index fingers towards the sky, lifting the arms up, and you can also go with bent elbows. All right? Keep your hands a little bit in front of you so your shoulder blades wrap forward. Why? The reason is that your lungs are bigger in the back than they are in the front. So when you do this breath, you want to feel the inhale coming into your back ribs. All right, so here we go. So I like to start by taking kind of a half breath just to get it started. Exhale all the way out. Deep breath in. Hold comfortably. And exhale all the way out. And then bring your arms down. Normal, natural breath in. And breath out. Now you may already be feeling a certain kind of expansion, so your deep breaths are getting deeper. And this is one of the benefits of pranayama, is your lung capacity will increase. And also for your immune system to fully expand your lungs and fully contract your lungs on a daily basis is really important to keeping your immune system strong and keeping your lungs healthy. So really good practice to do every day. Let's try one more round. Okay, so hands behind the back, half breath in, and begin. Exhale all the way out. Deep breath in. Hold. You can even swallow here. Feel how your torso is a container for the prana, for the energy. Long exhale out. And last time. And begin. Exhale all the way out. Really empty out. Feel like you just blew up a balloon. And deep breath in. Hold. And release. So if you begin practicing this on your own, try 6 rounds of 9, back, front, back, front, back, front, 3 times. So it'll take you about 5-10 minutes to complete that particular practice. Notice your energy right now. Notice that you feel more awake, right? So you can have a definite effect on your nervous system. Now, let's stabilize ourselves. Now that we've gotten all excited, let's stabilize ourselves. So we're going to use Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing, the breath moving back and forth. So if you visualize this sort of triangle, you have the two nostrils down below, and you have the third eye point right between the eyebrows. So when you breathe in normally, the breath comes in through both nostrils, it stops here, and then it moves back out through both nostrils. So if we close one nostril off, the breath is going to come up through one side, and it's going to go down through the other. Then we'll come back, up and over, and so the breath has this kind of quality. So you're going to use your right hand, and you'll fold your fingers so that your two middle fingers are closed in. You have your thumb and your ring finger available to use to close off the nostrils. And so how it works is this. I'm going to begin by closing my right nostril, and you just have to gently close it. And I'll inhale through the left nostril. Then I'll close off both sides, hold for a moment, and then close the left and breathe out through the right. Then I'm going to breathe in through the right, close, and breathe out through the left. Now, if you like to count, you can do counting. So you can say breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, that same pattern. Or you can just do it to your breath capacity, because what I have found is everybody has different breath capacity. Some people can take a long time to breathe in or out. All right, so let's try a few rounds of this, and I'll talk you through it, okay? So again, you have your right hand, you have your thumb and your ring finger. Close off your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left. Try to get to a full deep breath. Close, hold, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close, and breathe out through the left. So if we were counting, we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out through the right, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in through the right, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out through the left, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Now, take your hand away, but continue the practice. Breathe in through the left, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out through the right, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in through the right, hold, out through the left, hold. Again, in through the left, hold, out through the right, hold. One more round, in through the right, hold, out through the left, hold. Now breathe in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. Now, if you pay attention, which is what yoga is all about, paying attention, you might notice that your breath feels very even, and you might notice that you feel very even. You feel balanced, stabilized. If you have a lot of blockage going on up there, I do suggest the use of the neti pot on a daily basis to keep the sinuses cleared so that you can do this breathing back and forth thing. It's called Nadi Shodhana. Again, this is something you can do for long periods of time. especially if you are feeling imbalanced. So practice this on your own as well. It's a wonderful practice. All right. So we've gotten, our energy up, and then we've also stabilized. So let's go ahead and calm ourselves. So the natural breath is very calming, and this is a practice called decoupling. And so what I'm going to do is place my right hand on the low belly and the left hand on the heart center, and a simple pattern of breathing, which is breathing in for 3 and then breathing out for 5. Okay? And you're welcome to close your eyes for this as well. And I'll count for you. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3. Breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3. Breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue breathing in, 2, 3. And out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time, breathing in, 2, 3. Breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this breath practice cuts off the whole fight or flight thing that a lot of us tend to be stuck in. It takes us into a more calm state. And again, this is something you can do anytime. And it's good to connect also with your heart center, your own body, the second chakra and fourth chakra. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope we have many more practices together. And I wish you all well, be well, do your breathing, do your poses, do your meditation. It all helps a lot. Thank you. Namaste.